My name is Lisa, and I live with my husband, Lyle. We both work, but since I work remotely, I handle most of the basic household chores. Sometimes Lyle brings home a cake as a little surprise, and we live a simple but happy life. Then, one day, Dad, it's too soon to say. We promised to see each other again when you're better. I miss you, Dad.
Now that this has happened, we'll be getting quite an inheritance, huh? Maybe I should buy a super cool luxury car.
Lyle, what are you saying at a time like this?
I said it quietly, so nobody else could hear me.
The day had come to bid our final farewell to my dearly loved father. Since he had been the president of a well-known company, Lyle seemed to be looking forward to the inheritance. Standing beside me while I grieved, Lyle's incessant talk of the inheritance only deepened my disdain for him. Once the funeral was over and I found myself in the waiting room with my father's ashes. What was up with Lyle's attitude? It's so inappropriate at a time like this. I'm sorry, Dad, for marrying someone like him. He has his kind moments, but…
Excuse me, Miss Lisa.
Oh. You startled me. Wait, you are…
I'm sorry to surprise you. Do you have a moment?
The man addressing me was attorney Noah. He had been close to my father for a long time and had advised him on various matters, including work. As I was listening to an explanation from Noah, my elder sister Nelda arrived.
Lisa, funerals are exhausting, huh? Can you brew some tea?
Sure, I guess. Where's Mother?
She's still chatting with some of the attendees, but I couldn't quite follow, so I came back here. Oh, who's that guy? He's kind of handsome when you look closely.
This is Noah, the attorney who assisted our father.
Nice to meet you. I'm attorney Noah.
Wait, you're a lawyer. Perfect timing. I've been wanting to speak with a lawyer actually.
Why? What happened?
It's not what happened, Lisa. Mr. Attorney, the thing is, I found the will.
A will.
Why do you have it, Nelda?
Yesterday, I was searching the study to see if there was anything valuable, and I found it.
You did what?
Oh, come on, Lisa. You have to be more opportunistic during times like these. You've got to grab anything valuable before anyone else.
What are you thinking?
Anyway, whatever. Oh, Mr. Attorney? The details about the inheritance are in there, so handle the rest, okay? Bye.
Handle the rest.
What on earth is she thinking? My sister Nelda handed me the will she claimed to have found from our father. As I was reviewing its contents with bewilderment, Lyle approached.
Hey, that's the will you're holding, isn't it, Lisa?
Huh? Oh, yes. I suppose it is.
So, how much is it?
How much? What?
I'm asking, how much is your share of the inheritance?
Oh, it's 0.
What? Does that mean you're not getting anything?
It seems Nelda will inherit everything.
I see. So Nelda's getting all of the inheritance then. Thinking about it now, our father-in-law must have really disliked you, huh? Ha.
Disliked? That's not.
Sir, isn't that an inappropriate thing to say? And remember, your father-in-law's ashes are here. He might just be listening.
I don't believe in spirits or any of that. Ashes are just ashes.
Have some decency.
Doesn't matter, right? I mean, with such a vast inheritance at stake, to get 0? It's really disappointing. Normally, one would get at least a little. Why did I even marry Lisa if this is the outcome?
Wait, what?
Why are you looking so surprised? You're cute, homely, and the daughter of a CEO. I thought I hit the jackpot, but this?
Lyle, you married me for that reason?
Is there any other reason? With a wealthy daughter in front of you, of course I'd consider the pros and cons.
That's awful.
Excuse me. That's enough.
Whatever. So Lisa's inheritance is 0 and Nelda inherits everything, right?
Yes, everything goes to Nelda.
Okay, got it. Later.
Saying so, Lyle left, skipping happily. The very next day.
We've decided to get married.
What?
I'm divorcing you and marrying Nelda.
Sorry for stealing him, okay? But I'll be happy enough for the both of us.
Why this sudden change?
That's just the way it is. Sign the divorce papers now.
I've heard living alone can be fun.
From now on, you can live freely on your own. A divorce isn't that big of a deal.
The day after my father's funeral, Lyle and Nelda, with a sudden declaration of their intention to marry, thrust a divorce paper at me. While I was still drowning in grief over the loss of my father, they spoke to me with grins on their faces. I was infuriated by their behavior. However, knowing a certain truth, I silently signed the divorce papers. A few days later,
What did you just say?
As I was saying, this is about the inheritance. The inheritance of 500 million yen will be entirely bequeathed to Lisa.
What the?
Why? The entire inheritance was supposed to be mine.
Exactly. Why is Lisa getting it?
About the real estate.
Hold on. Nelda was supposed to inherit everything, wasn't she?
Absolutely. It's written that I would inherit everything, right?
This is the will. Please take a closer look.
The entire 500 million yen will be inherited by Lisa. What?
This has to be a joke.
This is obviously a fake. I properly handed over the will to the lawyer.
You're talking about this one?
Yes, that's the one. It's properly sealed in an envelope. That's the official will. That's the real one, right?
even if it were, you shouldn't have unsealed it. That's a 50,000 yen fine.
Fine?
This will is a sealed handwritten testament. It's a rule that it's to be unsealed after the funeral in the presence of the heirs.
But we're getting 500 million yen. We can easily pay a 50,000 yen fine.
That would be the case only if this will were genuine. But unfortunately, this one's a fake.
How is it a fake?
Right. We couldn't find it anywhere in the house.
Then how could you so easily find it in the study, Nelda?
Perhaps. I have a good intuition.
No. As you said, madam, it wasn't found anywhere in the house, which makes sense. The genuine will was with me. There's no way it could be found in the study.
What?
But.
You're kidding, right?
During his lifetime, my father entrusted his will to Noah, a lawyer he deeply trusted. Completely oblivious of this fact, Lyle, Nelda, and their mother, Ramona, reacted.
Your father had written a notarized will while he was alive. When he handed it over, I took it and have kept it in my custody with utmost responsibility.
That's why the will that Nelda brought is invalid.
This has got to be a joke.
Exactly. I should be the one receiving those 500 million yen.
I, as their mother, won't allow you to monopolize it.
I don't understand why you're all so angry. To begin with, there are 3 types of wills. The one Nelda had is called a handwritten will.
A handwritten will becomes legally invalid unless it undergoes a procedure called validation.
Why? In dramas, it always gets accepted easily.
Those dramas are based on reality, right?
You really think reality works out that easily?
What I have here is a will that was created under the supervision of a notary. In other words, it's a notarized will, officially recognized.
Show. Ugh. I can't even pronounce it.
It's a notarized will, typically written at a notary's office. It's drafted by a notary on a computer, with at least 2 witnesses present. Afterward, the testator reviews the content, and if there are no mistakes, they sign and stamp it, making it official. What Nelda brought appears to be something resembling a handwritten will.
What?
Listen, our dad was incredibly bad at writing, remember? So, it's unlikely to begin with that he would leave a handwritten will.
Moreover, I believe he wanted to leave a will that was unquestionably authentic.
So, you're saying I'm really not getting any inheritance?
That's just unthinkable.
The will that Nelda claimed to have found in the study was suspicious. Realizing they wouldn't be inheriting anything, Nelda and Ramona made a big fuss out of anger.
With that said, may I continue?
Hold on a second. There should be a reserved portion for inheritance, right? Even if a name isn't mentioned in the will's inheritors section. In the case of a spouse or a direct bloodline child, one has the right to claim their portion. This means if we proceed accordingly, Nelda and mother-in-law Ramona can also get their share of the inheritance.
Yay! Way to go, Lyle. I had no idea.
That's wonderful. This means we will get our share of the inheritance after all. Oh ho ho ho.
I hate to rain on your parade, but neither you, Nelda, nor Ramona can claim the reserved portion.
Why not? We should be able to get the reserved portion.
Were you aware that anyone who falsifies a will loses their right to claim the reserved portion?
Are you kidding?
What's up with that?
It should be fine, even if Nelda did make the will. Ramona didn't forge it, so she should still get her rightful share, right?
Sorry to disappoint, but Mother was fully involved. Because, honestly, that handwriting? It's unmistakably Mother's. So, it's not just Nelda. Mother is entirely out of the picture too.
What the hell? Are you joking? If I had known this from the start, I wouldn't have divorced Lisa. Why did you keep such crucial information from me? You should have told me sooner.
Why did I need to tell you? Besides, I don't see any reason to inform someone who cheated with my sister.
Wah. Nelda and I didn't cheat.
That's right. We just happened to get along, and we felt like marrying.
So you're saying you didn't cheat?
Of course not. We were just bound by the red thread of fate.
This is the evidence of your affair.
Wah. What's this?
As I said, it's evidence of your affair with Nelda.
While Lyle and Nelda denied their affair, the evidence Noah presented was undeniable proof of their relationship. Seeing the evidence, the two were quite shocked.
Why are there so many photos of us?
I suspected something was going on, so I had it looked into. Noah's older sister happens to be a professional detective. So, he introduced me to her, and I formally requested an investigation into your affair.
Lisa, how could you suspect your sister like that? What were you thinking? I don't recall raising you to behave so sneakily.
Well, someone was being sneaky behind the scenes, weren't they?
Well, it can't be helped. Love is something that just suddenly happens. Besides, it's not a big deal if Nelda and Lyle became close, is it?
That's true, love blossoms suddenly, after all.
See, I knew you were an understanding child. I'm glad.
Then, from now on, you can look after Nelda and Lyle. They're drowning in debt, after all.
What? Get? You guys have debt? But, Nelda and Lyle, both of you are working, aren't you?
Come on, mother-in-law, we don't have any debt.
Exactly. Lisa, stop spreading such baseless rumors. I do feel a bit guilty about ending up with Lyle, but people can't resist fate, so it can't be helped.
We just divorced, and I understand you might not be pleased, but claiming we have debt, isn't that a bit too much?
My sister did some digging. It seems you were already banking on the inheritance. You've bought luxury condos, high-end cars, and a plethora of brand-name goods. On top of that, you dine at top-tier restaurants almost daily, and you always take taxis wherever you go. Living quite the lavish lifestyle, aren't you?
Plus, you even submitted your resignations. Foolish. Thought you'd get the 500 million yen and live the high life, huh? In fact, Lyle and Nelda had gone on a shopping spree, counting on the inheritance. Moreover, wanting cash on hand, they even borrowed money from several companies. They believed that once they received the inheritance, they could pay off everything at once. Upon learning this, Mother Ramona,
Luxury apartments and high-end cars. What on earth were you two thinking? And on top of that, debts? How are you planning to pay those back?
We never imagined it would come to this, so it can't be helped, can it?
Exactly. It's not like we did it on purpose.
You should have at least waited until the money was in hand before spending.
Then, Lisa, renounce your inheritance right now.
That's a good idea. Otherwise, we'll be doomed.
Lisa, renounce it immediately.
why would I ever do that? When their argument reached a fever pitch, they demanded that I renounce my inheritance. Of course, I had no intention of agreeing. Isn't it common sense to repay what you've spent yourself?
By the way, we'll also be demanding compensation for the affair from Lyle and Nelda. In addition to your monthly repayments, don't forget about that either.
What? Compensation for an affair? Do we have to pay that too?
Obviously. We have all the proof of the affair after all.
All right, let's get back together right now, Lisa. If we do that.
Stop joking. I don't want someone who'd go after a family member. It's creepy.
Creepy? Did you just call me?
To me, we are complete strangers now. You two are a couple, right? Why not work together?
Lisa, you'll support me, won't you?
Stop kidding around. You only visited Dad at the hospital once, even when he was ill. Since you're Team Nelda, the three of you should get along just fine.
Lisa, don't say that we're the only two sisters in the world, right?
Exactly, Lisa. We've only been divorced for a short while. We can go back to how things were.
As far as I'm concerned, I've already cut ties with both you and Mother. As for Lyle, we're complete and utter strangers now. I don't know you at all. The only family I have is my father in heaven. I couldn't care less about the lot of you.
The will says it all. This is the result of what you all have done.
Please don't say you've cut ties.
Please, Lisa. Let's get back together and live happily.
We can't afford to pay it all by ourselves. Please, Lisa, share the inheritance with us.
I will never hand over the fortune that my father worked so hard to protect.
That's it. Case closed.
Lyle and Nelda had spent even more money than I had imagined. However, Mother also made a significant blunder by getting involved in stocks out of sheer curiosity, counting on the inheritance. In the end, all three of them recklessly spent money they hadn't even received yet. Since I was to inherit the family home, I kicked the three of them out. They began living together, but for a while, they were in a daze, wondering if this was all a bad dream. But this was undeniably their reality, and they had no choice but to work desperately to pay off their debts. Their dreamlike luxurious lifestyle came to an abrupt end, and before they knew it, they were drowning in debt. Thus, Lyle, Nelda, and Ramona led a miserable life filled with debts due to their greed and hasty judgments. 6 months later. Oh. Noah?
Lisa, what a coincidence to see you here.
Today's the monthly anniversary of my father's passing, so I came to visit his grave. Wait, were you the one who left flowers?
Yes, that was me. Whenever I can, especially on the monthly anniversary, I come to visit.
That's why his grave always looks so well tended. Thank you for doing that for my father.
No need for thanks. Since we've bumped into each other, how about grabbing a bite to eat?
It's been 6 months since we said goodbye to my father. I had moved into our family home and was thoroughly enjoying living alone. That day, I ran into Noah, who had been so helpful with my father's affairs, so we went out for a meal. We went to a delightful tavern. When he's not being a lawyer, Noah turned out to be a very cheerful and lively person. If my father were here, he would have surely been laughing joyfully. Although I'm single again, I plan to live every day with a smile, doing many fun things in this home where a hint of my father's kindness remains, so that my father in heaven won't have to worry. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and consider subscribing to my channel for more great content. Just click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. See you in the next one.